I've had some goodies in the post. It's time to try and fix up this PS2 board. It's been a struggle, but I found these 3-lead tantalum caps, and as mentioned before, you have this sort of arrangement, which is cool. So it means that you can put these anywhere you like. So these ones are 10 microfarad tantalums. However, the ones that are blown up are 25 microfarad 50 volt, or sorry, 22 microfarad 50 volt. Unfortunately, I can only find the 2-lead ones, which is a pain. But I'm hoping that with a little bit of fettling, I can get it working. The tricky bit, I guess, is knowing which of the leads go where. So I'm going to have to, first off, try and remove that tantalum. So I've got my solder sucker station here, and I've given it a bit of a clean, although it's always never quite clean enough. These are great, but sometimes it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Let me put that back on there. So the idea is take that tantalum out there, and I don't know whether you can see that, but that side of it does have a flying lead on it. So I think that is the negative. So that's good. Anyway, let's see if I can do this. Okay, one second. I need to get some tools. I'll say this has been a pain in the arse. So what should have been simple wasn't. So realised that actually this wasn't picking up at all. So supposed to be able to do that. Set to 300 degrees. Should melt the solder and suck it right off, but didn't. And I've had a real struggle. In the end, I take all the pieces, and in that bit there, put a shove a probe up one end, soldering iron tip on the other end of the tube to try and melt the solder that was stuck in it. And there was a big lump of solder melted in the end of it, and that because that was melted there was no suction at all. So what a pain in the butt. And there's loads of solder up there as well. It's made a complete mess. So let's see whether that's actually fixed it. So we'll pick a there's a little capacitor here, so let's do that. Melt it. Oh, is that actually, there we go, melt the thing. And it's still not actually sucking it up properly. Oh no, it's doing it a bit better now. It's still not sucking up that well. So I'm wondering whether I need to put a some new stuff on the end. So it comes with this kit here of parts, and there's this filter here, these filters, and I think the one I've got in there is just knackered. It was covered in solder. So anyway, this is actually hot, so I'm telling you what, I'm going to close that down. It's still going to be hot, but I just have to be careful. So you do that, flick it off there, take that out, and then this all comes to pieces. There's the wadding there, so you're supposed to have it that way round in there, and then this bit in there, and then you put that cartridge back in. Oh, I think it goes that way actually, like that, and then you munge that into there. Now I'm not sure whether that's right or not. Maybe I shouldn't have switched that off because its temperature has already gone down. It's already at 200, so it won't take long.
but I'm not sure whether that O-ring at the end there is right. I think the vacuum might be leaking. Oh, I've had such a nightmare with it. It worked so well, and then all of a sudden it stopped working. I just don't think it's sucking up properly. Let me just have another go at this. Hang on. So you're supposed to be able to see it there. It comes through into the chamber, so that should be clear. Right, there's a capacitor there. That's another capacitor. Let's try that. So that's a bigger one. It's just not sucking up. Oh, bloody hell. I think maybe it's this bit here. I remember when it was there before, it was a bit of a pain in the arse. I think maybe that's got to go on first. So that's there, and then there's a sort of weird balancing act business that you've got to do. So I just need to double check which way around it is, because I've kind of forgotten. I've only done this a couple of times before because it's worked flawlessly, and then I used it and stupidly forgot to clean it, and that's when it all goes wrong. So yeah, the aluminium disc goes actually it goes that side, so I have messed it up. It's supposed to go like that, that's probably better. That does actually look better. Right, let's try that again, shall we? So we're on 300. There is a bit more suction there. I can hear it. Not much though. Wow. It's just not as good as it was. Oh, what a nightmare. It is starting to work a bit better, but I'm just not... It's not as good as it was. Damn! That's such a shame. I was really hoping that I had properly repaired that. Okay, well, it's better than what it was. So, because I'm right in the middle of this thing now, I don't really want to give up on it. So there's the thing. It's just not working. It's going to be a disaster. Oh, what a pain in the arse. If anything has made it worse, I might have to go back to more traditional. No, maybe not. I don't know. I think I have to just go back to an ordinary soldering iron for now. Oh, what a bugger. So I've had to resort to more traditional ways of soldering. So that's the replacement cap in there, and obviously that's, as I mentioned, that's only a two-legged tantalum. So the positive is in the middle, negative is in the outside. There's a trace, difficult to see, but there's a trace on this side of the board on this outer pin. So I think that is the negative, which we'll see. So essentially, I haven't changed all the caps yet. They're actually proving to be a pain. Without the solder sucker working, it's really difficult. I've done some surgery on the solder sucker, but it's just not working properly at the moment. I'm going to have to do something with that. So yeah. Alright, we just have to be brave and power it up and see what happens. Okay, we're gonna switch this sucker on, and it might go bang. So, do you want to stand there, Rich, just in case? Damn. It didn't even move, did it? The power supply didn't even move, did it? Is that sorry. There's a that's the right way. Oh well, that whole thing's gone. Back to the drawing board. So that was a bit of a disappointing conclusion to that video. Yeah, I think basically I ruined it with the dodgy solder sucker. I've either lifted the track or whatever. I'm not entirely sure whether you can power up the power supply with no load on it. I seem to recall reading somewhere that if there's no load, it just doesn't start up. So maybe I could have a look at putting a dummy load on it and whatever. But it did start up before. I don't know. I'm loath to think the power supply's gone. Basically, I just messed it up. So I'm not sure what's next for it, to be honest. I might have to just chalk it up and then maybe just get rid of it for parts or for somebody else. I just don't know what to do. I'm not confident I'm going to be able to fix the thing now. Yeah, and my solder sucker is ruined. So what a bugger. Oh, well, never mind. You win some, you lose some. In this case, you really do lose some. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers.